So I love fantasy, and one of my favourite fantasy novels is Lord of the Rings. I love the films, I love the books, and they're making a new series, and to celebrate that, I'm going to be making the armour of my favourite character. And I'm going to sit here and hopefully watch what will be my new favourite series. And to start off with, we're going to be making the breastplate. I actually have no idea what I'm drawing, but yeah, we are going to need a bigger plate. Shit. Oh. And in classic Nate's Forge fashion, the plate's not big enough, so we're going to do something else. I'm thinking shoulders. How big is my shoulder? That's the question. Something like that? It's the leather come off there, and then this is like the next bit. It's a frog. Nice and toasty. What I'm doing here is marking out the line. I'm not going through the steel all the way, because I don't want to damage my anvil. I'm just hitting it a little bit, and then what will happen is when I wiggle it, it will just pop off, because I know a few of you are going skits right now. Lovely. Armour. This'll do. I'm gonna throw it at you. It's time to put my best foot forward. Woodworking. So the reason I've done this is to dish out the armour pieces. Time to hammer! At least it smells nice in here, for once. So the dishing's going really well, but I want a deeper one so I can get a bit more of a curve on it. I don't want to ruin this one, so we're going to cut out a new one on this side. Starting to get there. I always thought you needed really expensive tools, but it turns out all you need is a stump. So as I'm hammering it and it's kind of dishing up, I'm actually marking the hammer because there's not a lot of room here. So I kind of want one of them awesome, like, well, literally armor smith's hammers that come out a bit longer, so I'm not going to be damaging the shaft. And the thing is, if my fingers are going to be here, chop chop. So now we're making a hammer. So we've got this half done one that we're going to modify. Just throw it in the fire. I might put the dies on and then just stretch it out. Good enough. Boom. So now we've got the rough shape of the pauldron, we're going to do the rebrace, which is all the other little slats that go underneath it. And we're going to use this. You might recognize it. This is one of the old offcuts when we made the fort. So now it's going to be armor, obviously. Orc armor, fork armor. Hey. So I also made this little hammer, and I'm using it to like just make the edge on the middle of the steel. And also it's kind of useful for just pushing it out at certain points. I'm now up to 2 hammers. Let's see how many this project gets me. So I've just noticed there's a slight kink in this, and we're going to forge that in next. So these plates have a ridge on them, and I'm going to do that by putting over the edge of the anvil and just hitting straight over the edge. And that's going to create a nice line. And now I've done it one side, I'm just going to flip it around and then do the other. And it gives you a nice bulge in the middle. I'm just going to hammer on top, and this is going to make a nice edge. Just neaten up that line. So now I've got the nice sharp edge, I'm just going to turn it over in this tool and dish it. And because it's wood, it's not going to damage it too much. So I've made a few more than I need because I'm not a very precise armor smith. If one fits better, I'll just use that instead. I need to make the arm brace, but I can't be bothered chiseling it out. So I'm just going to plasma cut it out. Oh, doesn't he get a wand out or something like that? He does. No, Aaron! No, he doesn't!
He says you shall not get through, and then use his wand.
I'm going to murder him! Lovely. Pretty much done. So for the arm brace, they've got these spikes on the top of the knuckles for punching. And I really want to put them in, and Aaron was like, just weld them. And I was like, no, I need to make it right. I always wanted to weld them. I'm gonna cut down here and then cut along here. And then I'm just gonna push them out, and they're gonna be the little round bits that I'm gonna put into the steel and then go rivet over, and they're gonna be the bits that hold the actual spikes into the hand. Oh yeah, it's pointy armor, not a knuckle duster. It's part of the armor. So I've got this forge on for doing that, and then I've got that forge on for doing other bits and then the rest of the hand. Because we've got to do it quick. Can't be waiting around all the time. I'm just doing some woodwork. Honestly, I'm so good at woodworking. I should just quit blacksmithing and become a woodworker. No, I'll never do that. So I have the other one of these in the fire, and it needs a ridge up the center here. So what I've done is cut a little groove out here, and I'm just gonna hold this here and hammer it, and hopefully I'll get a good groove, and then I can neaten it up on the anvil. It's crazy, isn't it?
So how's the armour going, Nate?
Oh, the armour's going great. It's just over there, and I'm just going to enjoy these northern lights for a wee bit, and you just pipe down, eh?
For those wondering where the YouTube videos are, they're out here on Nate's roof.
They're out here on my roof. Sometimes you just got to enjoy the moments, eh? So that's all the shoulders and the arm made. We're going to put them all together now with little bits of leather and rivets, because hinge. Lovely, they'll go together there. So I've heated the whole spike up, so when I put it in here and rivet it over, it'll be nice and flush to this bit of steel. This isn't going well. I bought rivets because I thought I'd be smart here, and then I decided that I would make the washers because I forgot. Right in the guts. I'm a horrible smith, not like Celebrimbor. Sauron's got nothing on Uruk-Hai. So after doing something that I have no idea about, we're going to do something else I have no idea about. Making helmets. So last night I was sitting and I'm like, right, we need to actually work out how we're going to make the helmet. And it's kind of a complex helmet, so I was like, oh, let's look up, see if there's a tutorial. And Thak Ironworks has made a complete start to finish amazing video of making an Uruk-Hai helmet. So we're basically just going to copy him. Thank you, Thak. He literally did the whole thing in a day, which is insane. I don't think we're going to be able to copy that. There's two sides of this, and it's going to be the side of the head. And we're going to work on that first. And that's it done. Easy as, no bother. For those who haven't seen it yet, these are supposed to be mirrored, not identical. This is why I get paid the big bucks, because you want a helmet too, and I do as well. Blacksmithing, eh? Gotta love it. So the next part is pretty tedious, it's just a lot more hammering. I'm gonna do probably one more heat to get it a little bit more right, and then it's just cold hammering with the small hammer. I thought this was like downtime for just making self-sculptures. Imagine if I did the wrong thing again. I wouldn't put it past me either. So that's two halves done, and I'm gonna weld them together. I'm not gonna rivet them together because I've not made them nice enough. So they go together like that, which is, I'm actually not too sad about, but there's a big gap because I never brought it in enough. And we're gonna cover it with a ridge plate anyway, so I didn't think it'd matter that much. Welder and paint makes the grinder, right? Eh? Honestly, we could kill some elves with this, but I don't know if you could get your massive fat head in there. So a lot of this has a ridge down the center here. This is actually a lamppost thing. Classic, but we're gonna commandeer it and stick it on the helmet. Like that.
He's not even seen Lord of the Rings, and he keeps on quoting.
Yeah, but you keep.
Oh, Lady Galadriel! Oh, Lady Oh, bugger off!
So while Aaron was sleeping and we didn't film it, I made this part. It's made out of two pieces, the front part and this back part, and I welded them together along here. Then I hammered it a little bit in the fire. I'll need to do an extra touch up when I actually put it on the helmet, but I'll need to cut a little bit more off of this. That's why I've drawn a bunch of lines on it, but it should go on there like that. So I ground down the welds and I'll be heating it up and bashing it a bit so it's not shiny and it looks like an Uruk-Hai helmet. I'll need to edit this back bit a bit and lift it up and a little bit around the sides, but it's looking really good already. Oh ho ho. Will it work? That's the question. Oh, I can't, there's a bloody bolt in the way. Oh! So now we've attached that to that, what we're going to do is make these little spikes that go on the side. So they go on there, and I've made that out of my cat's food box. And we're just going to glue this on here, and then we're going to call it done, spray paint it steel coloured, and go home. Yeah, we're going to make the cardboard stencil. That is the big arch thing that goes on the top of its head.
Say something funny. Be funny for the camera.
I'm like a child with a gun. So now we've got these little magnets and we're putting them on there and then we're throwing them on there just to see what it looks like because we're excited. It's pretty heavy. I should have made it out of 3mm. I think 8, maybe 12, so I could take a 50 cal to the head. So I think these side bits are just a little bit too big, so I think we're going to take them off and adjust them. Perfect. I've adjusted them a little bit. Now we're just going to put the rivets in and rivet it all together. It's really exciting. It looks cool. Oh. So that's the helmet done. Now we're going to use this sheet to cut out the lower parts of the armour here. Then we're going to use that as a kind of idea to how big we're going to make the chest plate. This is conference meeting. Elsa's looking at the armour and she's like, shite, do it all again. So these lower chest parts are done and they're looking pretty good. I've drawn it out on this one and I think we actually will get it because before I was making everything a little bit bigger, but I think we will get it out of this. So while Aaron was asleep, I finished the breastplate and then riveted on this neck guard bit. We made it pretty much the exact same way as the pauldrons and the helmet. We basically just bashed it with a bit of wood and, well, a hammer into the wood, and this is what you get. So now we just need to do the leather work. So we've already actually riveted the pauldron together, but we use sofa leather. We were cheaping out a wee bit, but it keeps on breaking, and when I get hit, I don't really want it to break on me. So I think we'll take it all off again and then put proper leather and make it nice and stiff. This is the second pauldron, and it's done out of good leather, and it doesn't slide up and down like this one, but I made it out of one piece, so when I attach this on, I can put a little loop on here, and then we can put it on the harness, and it'll be a lot easier to mount, I guess. Oh yes, and we also have to make a harness. So we've made the interlocking bits. These bits go here, and we're going to rivet them together with bits of leather so they can nice and articulate, so when you bend over it doesn't stab you in the guts. Wee washer. Making the leather softer. That's how you do it, right? So I made a harness. This is to hold all the other plates of armor on. Hopefully it'll go on, because I made it without the armor on. Perfect. Whoa. It is done. Thanks for watching, see you in the next one.